KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. It's the KCHW Morning Show. It is Thursday, April 30th, if you believe it.
I know.
Right?
Unbelievable. My
well,
voice is really loud.
Your microphone was turned way
honey,
up high.
Like
there we go.
Okay.
That was really high.
Ooh.
I don't even know what it was doing up there. We are here with myself, Chuck Ritchie, my lovely co-host, Miss Gina Greenwood. I don't know why I almost called you Shannon. I don't
call
even
me
know
anything
Shannon.
you want. Doesn't matter.
Where did that even come from?
Just call me for dinner. That's
Right?
all. Just call me for dinner.
Hey, dinner's ready.
Okay, dinner at breakfast time. You know, you have breakfast for dinner, right? So we might as well have, call me
Dinner
for
for
dinner
breakfast.
at breakfast,
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
And sitting next to her is the lovely Shane Fairweather. Good morning, Shane. How you doing?
Morning.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir. So Shane's going to tell us a little bit about the library a little bit later on, towards the end of the first half of the hour.
Yes.
And going to be
And I just
joining
want
us
to
this
shout
morning
out
as
for
our co-host.
in honor of Shane, how much he volunteers for our community.
He really
He's
does.
such an amazing soul.
He really does.
Thank you, Shane.
Shane, go ahead and pull that mic up close to you.
Shane.
There you go. All right. Shane is awesome.
I know. He's
Shane's great.
awesome.
He truly is.
Beyond awesome.
All righty. So let's, how was your week?
Well, I was attacked by a rooster. If you really want to know, I was house sitting for 3 weeks from the Eck family.
You mean a miniature T-Rex?
I cannot even tell you. All my friends know, so if they're listening, they know. So I was house sitting for 3 weeks with a puppy and managing spinning plates, right? I could only be gone for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And the rooster never, did anything, but I had to take a walking stick, to go out to the coop and all that.
Yeah.
So one day I just go out to my car, like I'm just going out. It's right there from the door, like a walkway. And
Yeah.
that little sucker totally attacked me, like major. And so I looked around because I didn't have my walking stick right there.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up the stool. I didn't hurt him, of course, but he hurt me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like a lion tamer. And I was like yelling like crazy. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm gonna win this battle.
Did you win?
He's alive. I didn't hurt him. I did not hurt him, but he hurt me with his talons
Oh,
and
yeah.
his beak. They're wild. I mean, I've never been attacked by a rooster in my entire life. But
Wow.
I experienced it.
You know-
And I was injured. I was actually injured.
There was a question going around a while back. It was, would you rather face one bear or 1,000 angry roosters? And at least the bear is going to be over with quick.
Oh my goodness!
the
It
roo-
was. My heart was pounding. You guys, my heart was like racing. But yeah, it was an experience. I'll have to say.
It sounds like an experience.
But we had a fun weekend with the Earth Day Fair.
Nice. Yes, it was. It was
And
fantastic.
I know the fly-in was very well attended.
It really was. Yeah.
I know we have a great community. I just
yeah.
love our little community.
And the weather was great.
I
and
know.
the food was great.
I know, and the energy was really great.
It really was. It really was. Of course, we had infusion and fungillion. So,
Fungi lion.
So I always call him Fungi Lion, but he introduced himself as Fungillion.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I asked him how to say it, and he says it doesn't matter.
And a
but-
big shout out, just I have a moment talking about Earth Day. Thank you, Jesse George, for making that incredible green goddess dressing. And Nina, she has a new chef.
Yes, yes.
And they did the Thai peanut dressing.
Oh.
So, and then Karen made her raspberry vinaigrette, raspberries from her garden.
Oh, nice. Oh, man.
Salad was incredible.
I couldn't resist the biscuits and gravy, and by the time the salad was out, I was full.
I know. And then shout out to Gail Schrappe and Marcy Bravo and Connie Hollis and all the volunteers. There was a couple. We had Cosmo and Moon from Valley School that donated some time for the kids area. It was great.
Very cool.
Yeah, and
Very
all
cool.
all the vendors, everybody. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't make the fly-in because I was doing the other thing.
Yeah.
So how was it?
The flying was fantastic.
It was great.
What'd you love about it, Shane?
The people, the mayor was there. There was a lot of planes coming in and out.
And the
Lot-
kids got rides, right? There was like
Yeah.
pilots took kids on rides.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. The planes were just
cornhole.
the planes the whole time were just going
like
and going and going. Yeah, like in a circle. It was
Did
great.
you guys go on a plane ride?
We did not.
But did you play cornhole?
We did play cornhole. We just kind of stood and watched and
Just
had
and
conversations.
took it all in.
Yeah,
Took it all in.
but the miniature planes were awesome. We didn't get to see any of the jets or anything. We got there a little late in the day, but the helicopters. We got to see a couple of the miniature helicopters. I mean, I say miniature.
So
These
they
things
were
are
taking
massive
people.
miniatures.
They were taking people in the helicopters too. If that
no,
if
no.
they
Well, I'm
wanted
talking
to.
the miniatures.
I don't know what the miniatures mean.
So they're basically
RC.
yeah, RC.
I don't know what
Like
that means. You guys.
remote control.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Gina. Okay, remote control.
Yeah, the miniatures, the little ones.
Oh, the little ones.
Yeah, and they were really neat.
Awesome.
And there's some of these miniature jets. I mean, they call them miniature. They're 1/7 scale size. So they
So
still
how? What do you?
some of them. Some of those big jets. What were they, Shane? Like 6 feet long?
6 feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
And
yeah.
they
they're-
had like two
That's not so much a
helicopters.
miniature. It's like a
it's a
prototype of a big one.
right. It's a 1/7 scale model on some of
Oh
them.
my goodness.
Enough to where one person can't pick them up. But yeah, they're pretty neat.
Wow,
And
that's
we-
awesome.
And we got to see what was
And there was live music there as well.
yes,
I
there
heard.
was. Yes, there was.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah. Who was it? Porter Chase, I believe, was his name from Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Say the name again.
Porter Case.
Case.
Porter Case. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from Valley. He was
Right.
he was
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was good stuff. It was
We
really
have
cool.
a beautiful community. My heart just bursts open about how grateful I am to be a part of our community.
Oh yeah.
Magic.
And there was that old World War II plane, that old amphibious plane.
Yeah.
I
they
can't
had it
I
there.
can't remember what it was. It was a
What's an amphibious?
Amphibious means it can be used on water or on land.
Oh,
yeah. It was. Hey, Shane, you need to be about like an inch or two away from that microphone. There you go.
and
No,
you can go
way,
like
way
this.
closer.
You can go like this. Look, you can lift
Closer. or-
Yeah, closer.
That.
Okay.
Get right up in it. Be, be able to touch it with your tongue. Yeah, you can pull it to you.
Oh.
There you
Look
go.
here. Go up a little with the
There you
arm.
go. Oh, on the side, not the end. Just like the other one. We're getting it. Technical difficulties. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah. All right, now get right up it. There we go.
Don't lick
Okay.
it, Shane.
Thank you, Shane. Yeah, I always tell people you can get close enough to lick it, but please don't.
Please don't. We have wet wipes, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I've got Lysol. Yeah, no, it was a good time, and the
What a beautiful day.
yeah, the turnout for that. They figured. I talked to somebody yesterday. They figured they had probably well over 500 people there.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really.
It's hard to coordinate double major events on the same day. I'll just have to shout out of that. But we had a good turnout as
Earth,
well.
Earth Day was a great turnout. Oh man,
Yeah.
up there, down there in that little field, that little lot. I got to take a tour of the.
And the ponies.
the ponies.
Did you
were
see
great.
the tortoise?
I didn't see the. I thought she said she didn't bring it.
She
I don't
didn't
know. I
bring it.
didn't see it because I couldn't leave. I mean, I go when I go, but we're pretty busy in the kid world for sure.
Yeah,
But
I think
the ponies were so cute, and they did the furry K walk,
yes.
and it was really lovely. And I wonder who won the quilt.
I don't know.
Did,
it wasn't
because
it,
did
it
you
wasn't
did
me.
you go up into the sanctuary to see all those pews layered with the quilts like they had last year?
I did. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was great.
That is so wonderful. I mean, it just makes my heart happy to see all the pews layered with every one of them full on handmade quilts that they donate to
Oh yeah.
folks, and the girls, the ladies, maybe hopefully some men do some quilting too, but I'm not sure.
Right. No, it
You
was.
love quilts. I know you
I
love
do. I
quilts.
do. I love a good quilt.
I know. How
Although-
could you not?
I haven't had a quilt on my bed in a few months. We got this soft fuzzy blanket that's about 3 inches thick. It's wild.
What color is it?
It's blue, like teal,
Oh, nice.
but it's not quite big enough for the bed. So my wife and I do a lot of fighting over it at night. So, but it's very heavy and it's very warm. But now that weather's warming up, I keep having to kick it off in the middle of the night. It's a little warm.
Yeah.
That's what's great about a quilt is they keep you cool in the summer and warm during the winter.
Yeah, and they're so.
They're magic.
I know the love that is put into a quilt. Wow.
Oh, absolutely. All right, well, let's take a look at the weather here today.
pretty beautiful day today.
Oh, it is. Today's about the best weather you can get, if you ask me.
All right.
It's going to be 74 degrees with lots of sunshine, 45 degrees overnight with a few clouds. Then tomorrow it's going to be getting warmer. We're going to be getting warmer for the next few days. Tomorrow 77 for the high with mostly sunny skies. Then 50 overnight, 78 and 49 on Saturday with partly cloudy skies. Then Sunday, we're hitting the 80s officially.
Whoa.
82 degrees for the high.
80, turn 8 sideways, it's infinity. I
That's
love
right.
saying that.
Then 49 degrees overnight with mostly sunny skies. Then even warmer on Monday, 85 for the high, 52 overnight,
85.
85 degrees.
Wow.
But we're
my
not
friends
stopping.
go, Gina, you're tan, because I just like to sit outside, and I'm a little dark skinned, so
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I didn't go to the beach, which I would love to do.
That'd be fun.
I need to go to the beach. I need to go to the ocean.
Does going over to the lake over there count as the beach?
Oh yeah, I put my feet in the creek.
Yeah.
That's similar to water. Any water vessel, moving water is great.
I mean, Browns Lake over there, does that count as
Oh,
going
it's
to the
coming
beach?
up. Browns Lake is coming. There's a work day scheduled usually around the third week of May. I don't know the date, but Browns Lake is amazing. I love Browns Lake.
You know, I've been here almost 10 years. I've never been over there.
Oh, well, we're gonna.
I don't
change that.
I don't even know where it is.
We're gonna change that.
I'm not a lake person. I don't like it.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can just sit there.
I
And
know. I don't. It's hot, and you're in the sun, and there's
oh, brother.
bugs, and it's gross. Sorry,
Jack.
I don't. So I grew up in a. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. This might
Yeah,
be.
let's hear about why you don't like water.
So, growing up in Alaska, right?
Right.
You know, we
You had
had
to boat, right? Places in Alaska, did you have to boat?
No, not really. But you know, pretty much every. I mean, they call Minnesota the land of 10,000 lakes. Alaska is the land of about 10 million.
Yeah, billion.
Everywhere has a lake. Almost every neighborhood has a lake. But what people don't understand is leeches love cold water, and we would go ahead and brave it, and we go in the cold water, and you can't go in the water there without coming out covered in leeches. And so I just got so
Ew.
grossed out by going in the water because I got tired of picking leeches off of me, and I didn't want to do it anymore.
Oh, dear.
And they're
we
gross.
don't have leeches here.
Yeah, no, but I
It was like a
I
association.
associate real water with coming out covered in leeches, and it's a mental block for me. I can't.
Oh, dear.
It's so gross to me. I can't go in the water.
Wow.
I can do the ocean, you know, like up to my knees, you know, but I like my swimming to be done in like treated water that's clear that I can see what's underneath me.
Yeah.
And many times I've had some stuff bump on me while I'm in the water, and I don't like it. It freaks me out. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Everybody can embrace what they want to embrace.
Yeah. But we're not done with the weather yet. So Tuesday of next week, even hotter, 86 degrees for the high.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're pushing 90. It is way too early in the year for that kind of weather.
It's crazy. That's what we're all concerned about. Not
Man.
enough snow. Now the heat is, the heat's rising, and I don't even have my summer, shorts or anything yet. I better pull
Right?
those out.
And even then, we're only getting down to 52 degrees at night, so it's still staying even warm at night. Then it's starting to go back down on Wednesday of next week, 84 for the high, 53 overnight with sunny skies. Then sticking about the same on Thursday, and then after Friday of next week, we're getting back down into the 70s, even down into the low 70s by the middle of the month. So a little more normal temperatures.
Normal's a setting on a dryer, Chuck. I'm
little
never
more-
attracted to normal.
A little more
in my
typical
life.
temperatures. How about that?
Typical.
A
There you go.
little more seasonal average temperatures.
That's my saying at my celebration of life. Anybody who knows me and they're still alive and I'm not, normal's a setting on a dryer, and I'm never attracted to that.
You know what I forgot to do at the beginning of the show? I forgot to mention.
Birthdays.
Well, I'm going to do them right now.
Oh.
I forgot to mention our guest for the second half of the show. We have Miss Marilyn Wilson joining us.
Yes, we do.
Yes. I did write her in the description of the
Yeah,
video.
and she's been teaching drawing, painting classes at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center,
Yes, she
and
has.
I've taken a class of hers, and
Did
we've
you?
known each other a long time.
How
Not
was the
there
class?
yet. I haven't taken it at that location,
Yeah.
but in the past, and we've known each other a long time. She's
And
great.
you know they've been fairly well attended. I think she's
Great.
getting a little more attendance than she had expected.
Excellent.
So that's always good to know.
Yeah.
All right. So today on our calendar for April 30th, on our Chula Valley Lions Club calendar, we have Kathy Mueller, Denise Smith, Elaine Roach,
Denise Smith, okay.
and Prudence Barlocker with birthdays.
And I do know, on a shout out, the late, great Harry Riverbottom and Willie Nelson.
That's
He
right.
used to say, you know whose birthday it is? And we'd go, He goes, Willie Nelson, and mine.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, happy birthday, everybody. We got a song for you.
Oh.
Shane, do you want to sing along with us?
Sure.
No? Okay. Happy birthday. Happy day. Happy birthday. Yay.
Hey!
Awesome. Shane, you know the song. I love it.
He's got the Bob Fosse
That's
hands.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So, happy birthday, everybody. It's going to be a great one. And that's right. We talked about that last night. Willie Nelson, 93 years young today.
Yes.
Was it 93?
93.
Yep.
Wow.
It's his birthday today.
And you know what?
And like I said, Harry Riverbottom, that was so cruel. He'd always say, you know whose birthday it is?
He is still out touring.
Amazing.
It's
Epic.
wild.
Epic.
Yeah.
And like there's many others, but, Cher comes to mind. She's been doing some amazing things.
Is she still singing too?
She's going to tour.
Wow.
And she opened up a hospital, you guys, a medical facility for every homeless people who have, no money for insurance, whatever. I think I'm not sure exactly the location, but she has a beautiful bronze out in front of it. And it's anybody can come and get treated for nothing.
Nice.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cher.
Yeah. Legend.
Absolute legend. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I just looked her up. I'm not going to mention a lady's age, but
No, and she's actually
she's nowhere near
she's
as old
had
as
some
Willie.
medical issues, and she's resilient.
She is.
She's a resilient soul.
She really is. She really is.
Yeah.
All righty. So let's see here. We did our birthdays. Now let's take a look at the community calendar real quick, and then we're going to have Shane talk about the library and everything happening over there.
Excellent.
Okay.
All righty. So today on our Chihuahua Valley Lions, no, we already did the Chihuahua Valley Lions Club
Right.
calendar. This is
I think
Chihuahua.events.
Correct. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Chihuahua Food Bank is open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's at 302 East Main Avenue at the Chihuahua Senior Center. Then tonight we have Craig Meyer Karaoke at the Oasis Tavern. That's from 8:30 to whenever they stop.
So whenever there's no one, but Betty signed up to sing a song, which, that's rare. But
Who did?
I said they go till there's no one else that wants to
Yeah.
sing, but that's rare. So
Someone will say.
they have to say, okay, we're done.
Right on.
But it's always fun.
It is.
It's so
It is.
fun. We
I-
have
I-
some great singers in our community. They're amazing.
I always get sucked into
Talented.
going and singing a song or two. Can't help
I'm
it.
sure you do.
And I'm not a singer, so there's that.
I just dance around.
All right, then tomorrow morning we have the Chula Chamber of Commerce meeting happening at the Mississauga Cafe inside the casino. That's at 2555 Smith Road. Then we have winter pickleball back up. They are back up at the golf course now for the season.
Okay,
Nice.
outdoors.
Yeah. So the weather's warm,
It's perfect weather for it.
which means it is now open to all ages.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of the things with the
I
old
know.
middle school that
We'd always
no one
joke
under
about
18
that.
No, yeah.
Nobody under 18 can go to the middle school to play pickle.
Little strange, but that's okay.
It's insurance, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, then we have bingo from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Senior Center. That's at 302 East Main Avenue. Of course, we're still on Friday here. Then we have auditions again. Oh, yeah.
For Chihuahua's Got Talent?
No, it's that time again for Shakespeare in the Park.
Oh, Shakespeare in the Park.
Yeah, so this year
Okay.
the play is As You Like It. It is the real Shakespeare love story, as Paula likes to
I
say.
love love stories.
This well-loved comedy has been updated to be during the present day in a familiar location. It's going to be right around this area, but with all the Shakespeare verbiage you've come to love. So those auditions those auditions Friday rather, tomorrow
tomorrow.
are 5:30 to 7:30,
All right.
and then the
And
last.
where do they audition, Jeff?
That's going to be at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts.
Okay.
Most likely, they will be back in the green behind where the plays are going to be performed.
Yeah, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that setting.
And then May 2nd, which is Saturday, pardon me, from noon to 2 p.m.
Okay.
So if you're going to be out and about at the yard sale, swing on by and audition for the play. And it's going to be a lot of
Are
fun.
you going to be in it?
I am not. I just don't have
Not this
time this
time.
year.
Okay.
I would love to.
You'll-
I'm so busy. There's too much
I
stuff going on.
understand. Believe me.
I can't even imagine. Alrighty, so let's see here. We've got. Oops, I got on the wrong day here. So of course, later on.
Oh, I do
let's-
want to shout out there's a protest. Besides, not at UCC Church, it's at the park.
Okay.
Because there's a memorial service. It's May Day, May 1, right? Which is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little shout out. The location has changed. Instead of being in front of the UCC Church, it's at the park.
Okay,
Front,
okay.
right there.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
just
Very
saying.
cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got we talked the other day on Saturday. We're moving on.
Yep.
The Mushroom Fest is happening from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Happy Dale Park in Kettle Falls. That's on the.
It's really great.
Yeah, that's going to be a
It's
good
really
one.
great.
That is gonna be a fun
There's-
one.
It's educational. There's kids' world and there's music and, I say Fungalion, but say it again. What-
Fungillion.
Fungillion. Well, he organizes it with a lot of amazing people, and he does permaculture events. And they brought in a couple years. I helped out someone verma. What's the word for the worm?
Oh,
Vermiculture. I just say that.
I'll
Vermiculture.
call it that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he did it they did a foraging.
That's
So
German. That's German for wormiculture. Everybody.
They forage mushrooms and they cooked. They're not doing the cooking this year. I asked because I'm a foodie, but
Yeah.
but they brought people in for lectures and educating people on the benefits of mushrooms. Just ground up, eat them, saute them, get them in your body. There's a lot of beneficial, and there's so many different varieties.
Just for a minute, my brain went to. I was still stuck on the worms.
I know.
And then you started talking about sautéing them, and I'm like, what?
I know. Well,
what?
don't saute the worms.
No, don't
but
saute the worms.
No. But
Some-
it's
some
a great
people do that.
event in Cattle Falls.
What was there was a book. I think it was was it one of the Beverly Cleary books, one of the like Super Fudge books or something, where they made cookies with worms.
Oh.
Or
How to eat fried worms.
yeah.
How to eat
Yeah.
fried worms.
And I thought
How
that was
do you eat fried worms, Shane?
when I was a kid. I was fascinated by that book and grossed out at the same time.
Yes.
But I don't think she actually didn't, because the whole thing was about her putting worms in cookies, right?
It was about a kid who had to win a bet in order to get him some money so he could get a motorcycle. I think.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I was fascinated by that, but I haven't read that in years. Like, apparently, I don't even remember what it was about. So, alrighty. So then that was the Mushroom Festival happening in Kettle Falls. Then auditions again for Shakespeare in the Park. Again, like I said, you can do your yard sale and swing by at 2
Yeah,
p.m.
because it's
or
like a
noon to
big
2.
community yard sale. Everybody
Yeah.
knows about it. So get on out
Which-
there and find your treasure.
Which, yeah, I don't have the information in front of me, but yes,
It's
that community
everywhere.
yard sale is happening all over the place.
Everywhere.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up. Maybe it's on the chamber calendar here, because
It should be in the Independent.
yeah, 'cause-
Yeah, just pick up the paper. But
Yeah.
it's everywhere, all over, up at the golf course, all
Yep.
over the community. Yeah.
just follow the signs.
Just show
follow
up.
the people.
Just follow the people.
Or it'll be in the paper, yeah. And then Saturday evening, this is a big one here. You guys need to get your tickets. Go online to our KCHW radio Facebook page. You can email me at stationmanager.org if you need tickets and don't want to go online.
For the
Or
reggae.
oh, yeah. Or you can call 509-935-6627 for the 2026 Spring Reggae Show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. We're featuring Northwest Breeze. We have the Planetary Trio, which
know,
is
that-
3 members of Planetary
I
Refugees.
know. I've known a couple of them for a long time. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be. We're really excited about this show. It's KCHW's first ever reggae show.
ASA.
So
Well, of course, you've got Chris, the
Yeah,
DJ,
yep.
on Saturday, but this
Yeah.
is live.
it is. So
This
this
is live,
This
so
is a
get your
ticketed
little-
concert event.
Get your little soul down here.
Exactly. Then we're gonna have the after party over at Fired Up Pizza.
We are.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. There's gonna be an after party. We're gonna
Oh.
hang out with the band over there, and
Oh, fun.
yeah, it'll be a good time.
Well, that's fun.
yeah.
I'm coming.
And if you haven't been to a show here yet, if you're listening right now and you're like, "What, a show at the radio station?" We do have a 50-seat theater here. It makes for
And
a very
great stage and
oh yeah
yeah.
It makes for a very fun, intimate experience. You really get up close with the music.
Yes, I love
And-
the intimate part of it.
And I think the best example of what it's like to go to a show here is someone after Craig's band, after Two Stones One Bird played here, came up to me after the show and said, I've heard Craig's band play a million different places, but tonight, I've been there, but tonight I heard them for
Because
the
you're
first time.
intimate, right?
Yeah.
You get to be close and see the nuances and the energy and how
Yeah.
the band, it's wonderful to be up close and personal.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a fun time, and I love doing these shows. They do get live broadcast. We're gonna live broadcast the show as well.
Excellent.
So when you're in the audience, you get to be not just watch the show, but you get to be part of a fun, interactive experience.
Excellent.
And when that live broadcast goes out, having that full, rich audience noise makes all the difference.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
It really does. So we need to fill this theater. Come on, get your tickets.
Get on down here.
Any of the posters you see out and about, you can scan that QR code. It takes you, if you know how to turn your camera on your phone, you can use a QR code. I know a lot of people, I don't know how to use those. You literally turn your
Okay,
camera
well,
on, and you don't even have to take a
I need to be
picture.
educated.
You just point it at the QR code, and a little thing pops up, and you click that, and just follow the
You
directions.
sound like my
Yep.
son, Forrest.
It is the
Mother,
easiest thing
can
in the
you just
world.
like do it?
just
like, I
just
did-
try it. Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid of nothing. I just don't. I'm not that savvy about
I know.
stuff. You know.
You don't have to
I'm
be
organic.
savvy. If you can take a picture with your phone, you can do it.
Okay.
It's actually easier than taking a picture with your
All
phone.
right.
So there you go.
All right.
You can do it. You got this.
I got it.
All right. So then let's see. Then pickleball is back on Sunday up at the golf course from 2 to 4:30 p.m. They're doing again. They're back up at the golf course.
Outside.
It's going to be
Sunshine.
It's going to be warm. That one from 2 to 4:30. That might be a little toasty. You might want to check in. I'm not sure. I think they're still doing them, but we haven't heard.
Just bring a little
specifically.
water spritzer whenever it's really hot, like at the market. You know what I'm doing the
Yeah.
kid world. Just a little spritzer of water does, or jump in the creek, or whatever. But anywhere, it's so refreshing and it's so simple. Just a water spritzer. When
We've
you're
got these water bottles at home. You give one squeeze, and it goes shh.
the mist.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Mist.
It's fantastic.
Mystic.
It's fantastic.
Mystic.
And just a couple things coming up. We have the next week on Thursday is the first Thursday Art Walk already.
This week.
Next week, the 7th.
Is it the 7th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's the 7th.
Margot Setti,
Yes.
right? And
Yep. It's gonna be
and
Margot and Gail.
Gail Johannes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
it's gonna be-
gorgeous. They're wonderful artists, painters, and it's a great show because I guess they had a soft opening.
Yeah.
I missed that
Yeah, they
part.
did.
But I have a few pieces of Margot's, and of course that fabulous mural at the Westoff.
Yes.
We had her on the radio.
Yeah, we did.
She's
Yeah, we did.
incredible, and
I love Margot.
yeah. So it's next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Okay.
Yep. Thursday, May 7th. And then, of course, the Spotlight Gathering featuring Tracy Spain and
Oh, okay.
Jane Bissell. They're going to be at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center
right,
for
the
the
pop-up.
Spotlight Gallery.
Mhm.
Yep.
Awesome.
And then coming up the next weekend, that'd be the 8th and the 9th, is the play The Curious Savage, which is a comedy by John Patrick, directed by my friend Bonnie
Spencer.
Spencer.
And I hear it's going to be incredible.
it is going to be great.
Good
So-
cast and yes.
Oh, yeah. That's happening the 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Excellent.
At the Chula Center for the Arts. And then coming up a little bit later in the month, we've got the Denim and Diamonds Gala for the Caldwell Valley Animal Sanctuary on the 16th. And of course,
Where's the I've seen flyers, denim and diamonds.
Yep.
So you either wear denim and diamonds or both, studded denim jackets and
yeah.
you're fancy. Where's that happening?
That's happening at the Colville Ag Center. That's at 317 West
okay.
Astor.
It's a soiree.
Yeah. And of course, on the 9th and 16th, auditions for Chihuahua's Got Talent. Yeah, so if you haven't signed up yet, get on there. Go to KCHW.org. Go to our KCHW Radio Facebook page. Scan the QR code on any of the posters around town. If you know anybody, yourself or anybody else that is incredibly talented,
Oh my gosh, Chihuahua has so much talent.
oh, yeah, we do.
Watch out.
tell them you need to
And then
audition
you
for Chihuahua's
you
Got
shared it
Talent.
with us a week ago or 2 weeks. How much was the grand prize last year? Like $1,500?
Yeah, when I went back and looked at it, I think that was the total amount we had, but I think the winner got like $1,200.
Well, hey,
So yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and we're still looking for sponsors for that show. We got a couple
Yes.
more weeks to finalize that
Okay.
sponsorship
It could
poster.
be individuals, businesses.
Yep.
However,
And if you
whomever.
go to the KCHW.org website, you can find the link to that to
that's
sign up
great.
and become a sponsor.
Yes.
Or get your tickets for the main show May 30th.
May 30th.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good one. Now, Shane,
Shane.
let's talk a little bit about what's going on up at the library. And make sure to get nice and close to that mic. You got to stay.
Okay.
That mic you're talking to the side of it, not the front of it.
Oh,
No, in the side. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
yeah. So I brought a couple things with me. These are the arts and crafts they do for the, if you guys can see them in the video. This is May's. You can make a little alligator, and then April, you can make little bunny helmet. This one has fallen apart on me, but I'll try to put it back together. And then I just have a list of things, and I'm going to read off real quick. and the weekly story time.
Oh, you need to stay, Shannon.
Really
You need to
close.
stay within 2 inches of that microphone, or we can't hear you.
Okay.
On the side.
Okay.
He's having a hard time reading the paper and talking to the mic.
Right.
That happens to all of us.
The weekly story time for Twila is at Tuesdays at 10:30. Cobbles 10:30 Thursdays. So if you're in Colville, make sure you do our preschool story time.
Oh, cool.
Kettles is Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. Lakeside is Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and then Loon Lake is Thursdays at 10 a.m. as well. Tech help for those who have computers or things or CD-ROMs or whatever. You can take them down to Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls, or Hunter Lakeside, Loon Lake, Northport by appointment. Kettle's Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Colville's is Tuesdays, 11 to 12 p.m. And then Chewelah is today from 3 to 4.
Nice.
cool.
So you get tech help, like
You get tech help with
Oh,
laptops,
nice.
computers,
That's
whatever you
awesome.
need help with.
and story time is so sweet. I love to be read to still as an adult.
Oh, who doesn't like to be read
I
to?
know. It's fabulous.
So Shane, really quick. So the tech help now that's on the community calendar. I know because it used to be on Wednesdays,
Right.
but that is Thursdays at the Chewelah Library, correct?
Yes.
And what time? 3 to 4?
3 to 4.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Shane.
And then Friends of the Library Loon Lake, they're having a book sale.
We're losing you, Shane. Get a little closer to the mic. There we go. There we
Okay.
go. Perfect.
They're having it from May 1st to May 2nd in Loon Lake. And then the Friends of the Chewelah Library are also having a book sale on that same weekend, May 1st to May 2nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then
And that's at the UCC church, is that right?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yes. At East 10 Webster Chewelah Avenue. So that's the UCC church. Arts for adults and mosaics is going to be coming up soon. Chewelah, it's May 4th at 4 p.m. Hunters, it's going to be May 18th at 12 p.m. And then Lakeside, it's going to be May 15th at 3 p.m. And then they're going to have a author talk with Martin Karemby Thursday, May 7th at 4 p.m. This is an online event.
Cool.
And then the Polar Laureate that you guys were talking about yesterday, they're reading at Chewelah Library, and that's going to be May 8th at 6 p.m. at Chewelah Public Library.
And do you have his name there? Because I remember it. I can't quite remember what his name was.
Jarek Sheffield.
Yeah. That's actually going to be a really cool thing. He's doing a tour of the state right now, stopping at libraries all over the state,
Right.
giving a talk. Yeah.
Breakout Box at Loon Library Tuesday, May 12th at 4. There's another artist talk May 12th at 11 a.m. and that's online.
So really quick, Shane, what is the breakout box?
The big box is get a brain workout with a breakout box. These problems they're basically solving puzzles and creative teamwork to solve. Always have a good time. 9 ages and up.
Right on. Cool.
Therapause story time at Lakeside May 13th at 10 a.m. An author talk with Mr. Errol May 19th, and that's online. Roosevelt is coming to a springtime fun, and he is coming to Kettle Falls on the 19th at 10 a.m. Lakeside at the May 20th at 10:30 a.m. Lakeside May 21st at 10:30 a.m. Hunters May 22nd at 11 a.m.
Now who is that?
Our local mascot for the libraries, Roosevelt.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's going to be doing some Spring has arrived, and Roosevelt is coming to visit and spend time with us, enjoying relaxed story time, great books, sing songs, creative arts. That's perfect for the season.
Nice.
Chihuahua is going to be the 26th, and then Colville is going to be the 28th at 10:30 a.m. And then Trivia in the Stacks is going to be May 24th at 4. Get ready to stir up things with food and drink trivia.
Oh.
And then getting started with GMS is going to be at Chihuahua at Wednesdays at 3 p.m. That's every Wednesdays.
And what is GMS?
GMS is geological surveying stuff
Oh, cool.
for maps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what's the website for the library so people can? Is it just like?
The library, if you want to check out these local hours or the local information, is theloso.org.
Very cool.
So, yeah, that's
There's
fun.
a lot happening.
Yep, Brick Builders Club at Chihuahua Library at Mondays at 3 p.m. Then Loon Lake has a kids book club. It starts the second Wednesday of the month at 1 p.m. Join us for a book club at Loon Lake. Let volunteer participants discuss the book month and enjoy some creative fun. And that's a kids book club. Crafts at the Lounge at Chihuahua Library, first Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. And then Game Start Teen Hangout is beginning May 22nd, Fridays at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Build strategy, creativity, teamwork through gameplay. After school programs invites teens to explore tabletop board games and welcomes them into a low pressure environment to learn new games and critical thinking skills and have fun along the way.
Awesome.
Right
And
on.
that's about it for our libraries this month.
Right.
So when do we find out if the levy passed?
Oh, it did not pass.
It did not
It
pass.
did not pass. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Right.
Are you serious?
It was. I was a little shocked by it myself.
I'm
but I
shocked.
figured it would pass, but
I voted,
I did too.
and I have been promoting it.
I will have to say my precinct. I checked it out. Where my neighborhood where I live, it did pass. So
So
thank
you live in
you-
a smarty pants.
thank you, my neighborhood. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's unfortunate.
But the library is so important.
It is important.
is.
How did it? Okay.
I don't know. It's so
Okay.
much. It's,
I stand to be shocked about that, but
it's so much more than just, as Shane was just reading. It's so much more than
Totally.
just checking out
yeah,
books.
of
Yes.
course.
There's metal detectors, cooking equipment you can get out. There is a whole catalog of stuff you can get, as well as internet and DVDs,
Yeah.
audio books. It's just more than books. It's a
It's-
great place to hang
It-
out.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is. It provides a safe place for teens to go after school when they've
Yes.
got nowhere else to go. Come and hang out in a constructive environment.
Yes.
Free Wi-Fi. As Shane was saying, there's. I didn't even know this till last week or a couple weeks ago when we had someone scheduled to be on the show. She ended up being sick, couldn't make it, but she sent a great list of all the different stuff and
Right.
like Shane, cooking equipment. They've got those backpacks with different
Right.
different things you can do.
So what? Okay. What
It's
do you
a-
mean by cooking equipment? I know what cooking equipment is, but what?
Yeah, Shane, go ahead.
Stoves, cooking equipment when you don't have any, to buy for yourself. You
Oh.
can borrow it from the library. There's also metal detectors. They have a whole list of catalog of stuff.
So
that
you
they
like
can
you
browse.
like check it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then bring it back. Okay.
Yeah,
got
like
it.
crock pots, instant pots, that
Right.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If you can't afford like a Met Pass or a Discover Pass, you can also get through your local library as well. I don't know if they're still doing this at Blue Zoo. They maybe passes for Blue Zoo for kids. I'm not 100% sure, but make sure you check out your local library because it's a great place to hang out.
Yes.
It really is. It really is. So, and I do believe, Shane, were you saying that if that levy had have passed, the library would be able to be open on Saturdays? Is that-
Don't quote me on that.
Okay,
I'm not
okay,
100%
I'm
sure.
not sure, but it would have been cool.
It would have been, they would have more hours.
I
and
really
more
find
programs.
that. I mean, I'm not trying to be. I just find that to be shocking.
It is.
That
It
it
is
didn't pass.
disappointing. Very
Disappointing and
disappointing.
shocking
Yeah, I'm
for me.
disappointed in people. Sorry.
I know, like, hello. But, okay, humanity,
Yep.
step up.
Already, and really quick here online, your son, Forrest, says hi, Mom.
Hey,
Hi, Forrest. How you doing, man?
Forrest.
And then Craig says, good morning, Chuck, Gina, and Shane. Have a fantastic day. And, of course, remember to get your tickets for the May 2nd reggae show at the Northern Lights Theater. Craig, I'm plugging it away.
Yeah.
Yes, plug. I'd also like to. The very first concert that I had was, oh shoot, what were they called? The Bards of the Code.
Yeah, the
And-
Bards of the Coed, yeah.
Yes, and it's not my favorite style of music, but I loved it, and I loved Paula and all the people that were there that were putting on the concert, and I've been to several concerts, and I love them here. It's a great experience, so please buy your tickets.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you. Yeah, it really is. It's an experience. It's not an experience you can get anywhere else. So it's really fabulous. Uh-oh. We are, okay, there we go. Sorry, we were offline for just a second. Looks like we're kind of going up and down with the internet, but we're back up and streaming now.
Nice.
So we glitched for just a second there. Sorry about that, everybody. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead. We have our guest, Marilyn Wilson, in the show, in the theater
house.
today. The
She's in the
theater,
house.
studio, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
The room.
The room where it all happens.
She's in the room with us now.
We're excited to talk to Marilyn.
All right, so we're going to take our break. We're going to listen to some news, thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back after this with our guest today, Marilyn Wilson. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Shane, for coming in today.
No problem.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Broadcasting from beautiful Chewelah, Washington. This is Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, April the 30th, 2026. I'm Mike Clifford. In a 6-3 partisan split, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a decision that weakens the landmark Voting Rights Act. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries responded to the ruling in the Louisiana case, saying today's decision is designed to undermine the ability of communities of color all over this country to elect their candidates of choice. CNBC notes the decision strikes down a majority black district in Louisiana and could precipitate the elimination of other majority black districts represented by Democrats elsewhere in the country. Meantime, Florida Republicans lost no time, taking action just hours after the Supreme Court gutted the Voting Rights Act. They pushed through a new congressional map Wednesday, a move that could give the GOP a significant advantage in the November midterms.
Democrats and good government groups in Florida say the new map violates the state's own constitution. State Representative Christine Hunchofsky spoke on the House floor against the proposal.
This map flies directly against the face of the people of Florida who said they wanted fair districts. And the people of Florida were not included in this discussion.
The Fair Districts amendments were passed by 63% of Florida voters in 2010. But the maps lawmakers just approved were drawn by Governor Ron DeSantis' office, not by the legislature. DeSantis predicted the U.S. Supreme Court would weaken the Voting Rights Act to support his map, and hours before the vote, it did. I'm Tremel Gomes.
Next to New York, where immigrant rights supporters oppose Governor Kathy Hochul's new immigration proposal. It calls for local and state law enforcement to work with Immigration and Customs Enforcement if there's probable cause a person committed a crime.
Some groups worry officers might turn over New Yorkers based on discriminatory bias and racial profiling. Luba Cortez with Make the Road New York says this can turn a traffic stop into a deportation. Marilyn.
An example of that could be a car seat that was not maybe buckled properly, and then he can assume that there's like child neglect. Things can spiral out of control, and so that's a deep concern we have, that it leaves a lot of room for them to make assumptions.
Governor Hochul says the proposal would ensure federal agents can track down people accused of violent and serious crimes, but data show the majority of people swept up in immigration arrests since federal crackdowns began have no criminal record. New reports show the governor is considering only ending cooperation between ICE and local officers in civil cases, but leaving broad discretion about how to collaborate on criminal cases. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
Advocates say lawmakers are considering bills that would better address immigrant safety concerns. The New York for All Act would end agreements, which allows local law enforcement to work with ICE. The Dignity Not Detention Act prohibits any person or entity in the state from owning or operating an immigrant facility. This is Public News Service. New Medicaid rules in the Trump administration budget bill are making it much harder for dialysis patients to get the care they need to stay alive. A clinic in Chadron, Nebraska, was forced to stop offering dialysis, meaning some people have to drive hundreds of miles to get care.
Carol Franks, whose family has a long history of kidney disease, says receiving regular dialysis treatments is hard enough for people who are otherwise healthy and mobile. But reporting by the American Independent shows that new Medicaid eligibility requirements in the Trump administration budget bill make qualifying for dialysis and actually receiving it much harder and more expensive.
Can you imagine, if you have low income, you have a family to take care of. What if you're faced with having to deal with doing volunteer work to qualify for Medicaid? I don't know who wrote that thing.
The Trump administration has said by rewriting Medicaid eligibility guidelines, it's trying to reduce financial waste and fraud. I'm Mark Moran.
This story with original reporting by Rebecca Sager with the American Independent. We head next to San Francisco, where the school board got an earful this week from parents and community groups concerned the district is failing to disclose data on discipline, namely suspensions, detentions, and referrals for black students.
The school system is required to publish that data every 2 years under its Safe and Supportive Schools resolution, which banned suspension for willful defiance and adopted restorative justice policies. Rachel Jones with the nonprofit Coleman Advocates says the district is dragging its feet.
They're supposed to track and publicly report referral and informal exclusionary practices that result in the loss of instructional time, but they have not done that.
Groups that fight for equity in education say that black students in the city's public schools are still getting suspended at 4 times the district average. I'm Suzanne Potter.
Finally, tomorrow is May Day. People across Washington state will gather to celebrate the contributions of the labor movement.
May Day events will happen in many cities tomorrow, including Seattle, Yakima, and Spokane. Brenda Morgan is an executive board member with Service Employees International Union 775, otherwise known as the Caregivers Union, and she says all are welcome.
This is community members coming together. This is people that want to voice their concern. This is people raising awareness of what our labor movement has done for us as workers. Don't keep quiet. Come out, join us.
Morgan says it's thanks to the union that she and other caregivers now make a living wage, have health insurance, and more job security. She adds Washington's labor movement has a lot to celebrate tomorrow, including the passage of the Domestic Workers' Bill of Rights and the Millionaire's Tax. I'm Isabel Charlet.
The first May Day led to the Haymarket Affair in Chicago, which inspired generations of labor leaders. This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member endless to support it. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
It's 8:15.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center for service. Vehicle sales are open 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with service open 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services available at colvilletoyota.com. Colville Toyota, a small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by
LMK Floors in Chewelah, serving Chewelah and the surrounding areas. Located at 110 East Main Street in Chewelah, next door to Bradley's Taekwondo. Locally owned and operated, LMK Floors provides sales of floor coverings, blinds, and countertops for a variety of home and business projects. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. LMK Floors, now open at 110 East Main Avenue in Chewelah. LMK means let me know. More information about LMK Floors can be found at lmkfloors.com or by calling 509-936-9099. KCHW would like to thank LMK Floors for their support of public radio in Stevens County.
Programming brought to you by Ryan Moore, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Deer Park, Washington. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Edward Jones is a firm that helps individuals and business owners achieve their financial goals. More information is available at edwardjones.com or by calling 509-276-2974. Edward Jones, member SIPC, with locations in Deer Park and Chewelah.
This is KCHW 102.7.
It's 8:17.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
And welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. It is still Thursday, April 30th. I'm still Chuck Ritchie, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Miss Gina Greenwood, and our guest today, Marilyn Wilson. Good morning, Marilyn. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm outstanding. I'm doing good.
Good.
It's so I got a little bit of a fuzz here. I don't know what's going on. Trying to get rid of it really quick. But yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So you're a local artist.
Yes.
And you're teaching classes currently at the Aaron Huff Memorial Cultural Center.
Yes.
Really quick, we're going to get in and dive in and get to know you, but just to start things off, tell us when your classes are.
They are every other Friday, and the next one is the 8th. And after that, it'll be the 22nd.
What time do they happen?
Oh, 11.
Mm-hmm.
11 to 1, approximately.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And how do you sign up for the classes?
You can call me at my phone number or email me, and that's about it.
Very cool. And I know we've got those posters for that up on the reader board.
Yes.
At the Aaron Huff Memorial Cultural Center. Do you have the posters up anywhere else around town, or?
Yes, wherever I can find a spot.
Yeah. I saw
Colville.
one at the post office.
Yes, right.
Outstanding. So tell us, how long have you been in the area?
I have been here since 91.
Okay.
So a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is.
We've known each other a long time.
Yes, we have.
I'm right at that age where I have to stop and think. Okay, 91. Yeah, that was a really long time ago.
Yeah.
Right.
My son was born in 92, and he's 33. So there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
So 32 years.
Uh-huh.
I think that was the same year we moved to Alaska when I was a kid, and I consider myself growing up in Alaska, even though I was already a teenager when we moved there. But
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So formative years and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about what art style you do.
I do a multitude of art, anything from charcoal, ink, acrylics, and oil, pastels.
Nice.
And we do abstract. We do, right now, this year I'm concentrating on drawing and also watercolor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a show for a few more days at the Crossroads, correct?
I do.
Okay.
I have 22 pieces hanging there. If anyone would like to see my art, please stop in.
It's in Colville.
Yes.
Like right near across the street from Richard's Nutrition, right? Is that right? I'm visualizing. Yeah, and it's a great venue, and I've heard really good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
At the
22
Crossroads Center.
paintings. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
That's quite a bit.
So do you have a favorite medium you like to work with?
Not especially. I like them all.
I got you.
Yeah.
I get people asking, "What's your favorite song?" or "What's your favorite this?" It's like, I don't know. It's like, "What's your favorite breath of air?" How do you?
Right.
They're all great.
Yeah. Just the creative
It's sort of when you're
expression.
there and you're doing it, that's your favorite.
Yeah.
Right, in the moment.
In the moment.
In the
we
moment.
need them all.
Uh-huh.
We need them all.
You got to be in the moment.
Right.
So when did you start creating, or when did you first discover that you were an artist?
Oh, that's hard to pinpoint. But as a child, I was drawing early, like a lot of people. I just continued with it into probably I entered some art shows in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So that would probably be about the time I realized that I could make some money at it.
Yeah.
And also create, that part of me that wanted to create art.
And one of the things I just want to interject is that we have to, in a human form, a lot of times I hear, "Oh, I'm not creative." We're all creative.
We are.
And
You just gotta find
Marilyn's
your
classes are great. I've taken one, and her style of teaching is lovely, and it liberates people. And we did like a flower scene, and so you go through and you share. You don't even have to have any experience, at all. Like that's what's awesome. People sometimes get intimidated by an art class. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just come, and you're a wonderful teacher, and
Thank you.
it just liberates the soul. And I think that creativity feeds the soul, and doesn't matter if you have any experience. Come to her classes; they're awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, jump
So-
out of the box a bit if you feel. I don't know. I've had that experience where people feel a little bit into whatever
Sure.
the word is, but
Yeah.
it is so relaxing.
Trepidation.
Yeah, it's relaxing, and it really does. You take the time out of your lifestyle, which is full, and you just take the time for yourself and get together with the camaraderie of an experience, and you're a great teacher, and it really does feed your soul to do something creative. And like I said, you're a great instructor.
It is very relaxing, and it can be strenuous too, and challenging. I like to challenge. I don't want it to be real simple, but I give them ways to work
Yes,
around
very
being
good
simple.
instruction.
You
Yeah.
know, like most people say, "Well, I can't even draw a stick person." I get that
I've been
Oh,
there.
I know.
all the
Oh my
time.
gosh, I remember those.
And I was
yeah.
like, "Well, that's a start," and then
Right.
you throw some meat on there, and you got a person.
Throw some
It's
meat
like
on there.
Throw some meat. Oh, yeah.
some muscle.
Right?
Well, I want to
But-
say, like, sort of what Gina was saying, and I'm one of those that I was a kid that grew up, I could barely draw a stick figure. I would get frustrated I've always been fascinated by people that could draw, paint, whatever, but I never considered myself one of those people. And then as I grew up and really sort of started getting into I've always been what I consider a tinkerer, which a lot of people, that is art,
Yes.
that is creativity.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of times you really have to kind of look at what you're already doing to understand and sort of see it in a different frame of mind to understand I am a creative person.
Yes.
And I think like you said,
Everyone
everybody
is.
has that in
Everyone.
them.
Everyone. And there's multitudes of facets of creativity.
Oh,
right?
yes.
And it doesn't look
It's
the same
endless.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there's people that work on cars. That is
Oh,
an
yeah.
art form.
Of course.
I mean,
Right.
all of it. It's
And
just-
try new things. That's my
Yeah.
thing, is try something new.
Yes.
And take the time to feed your soul with something creative. And
Yeah.
like I said, your
Yes.
classes are great, and it
Well,
just
thank you.
takes a little window of time and just do it. I mean, you don't have to be
Oh, yeah.
any experience.
No, none at all.
And I think once you figure out what that thing is, once you start to understand, maybe I am a creative person, maybe I do have these abilities, then things start to click, and you're not focused on watercolor or things that maybe you're not great at. Then you can start really focusing on what you do, and then maybe I can also do this.
Right. And so
Absolutely.
I always used to tell a story when I had
And
this.
follow the story.
This is follow the story. So I would share this story with when I had the art center going. Sometimes people as they grow up, they get, whether it's their student, someone in their class, or they feel like criticized or whatever, and then they look over to the other person and compare. So the story, I think it was Georgia O'Keeffe, and so she was a young child in a classroom, and she was doing a painting. and she painted a purple teepee,
Mhm.
and the sky was crazy colors. And then the teacher, I'm not sure, it doesn't matter, this was years ago, said, oh, well, the skies aren't black that
Right,
way, and
right,
this
right,
and that.
yeah.
And so then the next year, she was frozen in her next art class, let's just say in school. She couldn't do anything because she was feeling so judgment of that.
Right.
So this is awesome. So she couldn't do anything. She just was kind of frozen. So the teacher came around, blank piece of paper. She goes, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's a snowstorm. And it liberated her.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like,
yeah.
it was, I love that story.
Mm-hmm.
It's a snowstorm.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
Right.
So Marilyn,
It was a blank sheet.
let's dive back. You're in your 20s. You start realizing you can actually make a little bit of money doing this.
Yes.
What was your first sort of foray into being a professional artist?
I actually, a little bit later on, I went to work for the phone company, and I went to work in graphics.
Mm-hmm.
And where? What town? What state?
That was in Reno.
In Reno.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ma Bell.
Okay.
Nice.
So I spent a year and a half there, and I, was able to use some of my creativity,
With
but
the graphics,
sort of graphics can be
Mhm.
sort of restrictive to like, setting up charts and things like that. But I learned a lot there, and it sort of freed me up to realizing that, there's a big field out there that you can, work in and still be creative and still be able to express yourself and paint, things like that on your time off, whatever. And so that just led into a little bit more artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And it's helped me through the years, knowing a few things that in graphic arts that you can do.
Yeah.
And since I'm not, trained professionally, I was always on my own, but I was always fascinated with the many unlimited aspects of creativity.
Yeah.
And really teaching for me has been one of the best things that could have happened to me, because I learn a tremendous amount through teaching that I wouldn't have otherwise. When I just restrict myself to be an artist, or had been, it limited me. To now, I'm using my brain, and I'm like, what can I do? This class coming up, what can I help people learn in a simplest form that they can actually create something that they like to take home? And I just sort of got off your train of thought there.
Oh,
but
no, that's
how,
okay.
how stimulating. That's incredible. Like you said, your brain has to really layer these aspects. It's a layering.
And I'm sure when you're working with people, some of the things some of the techniques and stuff they try, even if they don't know what they're doing, maybe that gets you like, oh wow, maybe I could actually incorporate that into what I'm doing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And just sort of helping other people through the process, I'm sure
Right.
helps you through your process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We learn from each other. It's
And
great.
the steps, they tell me, well, I know how I can start something now, because when you look at a painting, sometimes you just, how do you even start that? It seems
Right.
so complicated, but it isn't. It's just step by step. If you just do the steps, you can create the painting. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Just start.
And how to mix paint, and it's just
So,
it's endless.
Mixing paint is something I'm terrible at. I do not understand color theory. I don't understand.
With
I understand the basics, but yeah.
primary colors, you can create any color in existence.
Yeah.
But knowing how to do it and get sloppy and throw it around and stuff.
Everything I do
People-
ends up being brown.
Yeah, you muddy it up. Yeah.
Everything's brown.
Yeah, I tell people that you stay away from the darks.
I was overthinking. Oh, I could just add this one more thing.
Yes.
And then it's brown.
Yeah. Right. So.
Sometimes I get interesting shades of brown. But,
Absolutely.
It's all
yeah,
brown.
Right.
So how long have you been teaching classes? When did you start make this transition?
This is my third year.
Okay.
Yeah, I started out at Loon Lake Coffee Shop and worked my way here to Huff Memorial.
Yeah.
So fairly recent.
Yeah, 3 years.
So it's funny that the way you talk about how much teaching has helped you. I had it in my head that you've been teaching for a long time.
Right.
So it's really made an impact in a very short period of time.
Yes.
So how does that affect? I mean, was this sort of this realization you thought, oh, maybe I could teach a class, and then you started doing it. You're like, wow, this is incredible.
A girl I helped raise, Alicia, she and I ran into each other at Walmart, and we hadn't seen each other in a couple of years. And I was showing her a couple of my paintings I had recently done. So I sort of got back into it as my life progressed and I got older. I thought, what's going to be my last phase? What do I want to do at the end? And I knew it was going to be art because it was something because of my other career paths, I got away from it a little bit. So now, I came back. And so she said, well, I've been going to this art class, but the lady quit doing them. And she goes, I know a bunch of people are, looking to come. So that's how that all happened. And so I got into teaching at that point. And really it had never, I'd help people maybe throughout my life do something, but never, teaching a group of people,
So it was like a synergistic energy because you saw Alicia, who I know.
Yeah.
And
sort of meant to be,
meant to be.
Right?
The universe opens up.
That's very cool.
And there you go.
Yeah, and she does very well now on her own, and we come together sometimes. She'll come to a class or something, but
so we have a beautiful love of horses.
Yes,
and I'm sure that was inspiring to you.
Yes,
to draw horses. They're amazingly beautiful.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
yeah.
So do you have any, like, you don't have to name names, please don't name names, but any specific student that's really kind of inspired you from your teaching? Somebody that's maybe really like made an impact or really made you see how you do differently?
Many artists through the years, no one specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've always studied other people's work, and which is important, I think, if you want to be an artist, to copy, try to, they'll inspire you. Like recently I've been inspired by he's called Mad Charcoal, and he has really opened up back to portrait work again for me, because as with many artists, we get into these little, where you just like intensely looking at eyes or something, and you spend too much time on it instead of just being free, being focused. And I think with a lot of artists, we just try to be looser and more creative, in that way. So, I pick and choose, I run into someone, but it's no one specifically that I know personally or, in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was asking about, you're like a student of yours, that somebody that's been in your class that's really made you sort of, wow, this is incredible, or just sort of made you really was like, oh, this is incredible that I'm working with this person, teaching them.
Right. Yeah. Gina was like free. Yeah, she was like out there.
It's Gina.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah. And I thought what she did was beautiful.
I love it. I loved what I did.
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean, I went through the energy of the layers of the instruction. You're really good at it. And then I'm just a freedom
off on
person.
Your own.
Yeah.
Right. And I like that
soul.
when people do that, and my brain is like, oh, well, wait a minute, you're supposed to do like this, and then it's like, no, that's wonderful, And I see. Well, one of my students, she's always like, I can't do it. I mean, she has a little blocks in that way. And then, but she has her own, style. She's very impressionistic, and others are, more abstract. And, it's just, everyone has their way. And, whatever I can do to help them achieve that. And,
and coming together,
coming
for your
together,
classes,
and we
just-
have fun,
you
we laugh,
share
and
energy, and
yeah,
it's great.
Last class, I had them work on the right side of the brain by turning their picture up and having them draw it upside down.
Ooh.
And then
That's a good
reverse
one.
it and then paint it with watercolor.
That's a good one.
And they came out beautiful.
Yeah.
They're just
That's
absolutely
great.
beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, that book, Drawing from the
Mhm.
Right Side of
Right,
Your Brain.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one.
And so this coming on the 8th of May, I plan on doing the, lesson where you start. I'll probably use an elephant, and you just start on that, and you keep your eye on the elephant, and you let your hand draw the picture.
Oh,
You don't
wow.
look at the paper.
It's like a
And
line.
you don't,
It's like a line
you don't
drawing.
take.
Yeah, you don't take
you
take
don't
it off. You just
right.
And Shuila Joe was amazing.
Was
he
he?
taught at at the center, and it was
Okay.
You don't. I love that. You just
Yes, and
you
you'd be
look and then
amazed.
you just have
Yeah.
the pencil or whatever, and you just draw what you see, but you don't lift the pencil.
No.
So it creates this really
Yeah.
amazing flow.
And it's,
It's
yeah,
fun.
it's fun.
It is fun. I love
So we're
that.
just having some fun this year
Good. That's
and
great. That's
learning
great.
to draw. I've started some portraits, helping people. Just and when we did the first. We did, where you sort of lay it out, eyes go here, and, I draw, split your head in three pieces, three portions. And but that's so rigid, And then I had them at the end, we did the more of the mad charcoal kind of guy painting where you just scribble. As a child, you would sometimes just scribble.
Yeah.
And then you would pick out something you see. And so we did that and did the face in that within 3 minutes, and they were much better than the one that they took the time to do in three
Wow.
portions.
Right.
And they loved it more.
That's awesome. The freedom.
So the
It was like
freedom.
the flow.
And you'd be
the
amazed.
creative flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And use charcoal, and you just you paint the painting with an eraser called a kneading eraser.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it lifts it off, and so you just draw
Yeah.
your picture with that.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's very fun.
Yeah.
I know one of my favorite books is that kind of reminded me of kids books. One of my favorite kids books that I got for my kids when they were younger, called Beautiful Oops, and it's basically a book
Heard of
full
that.
of coffee stains on paper
Yes,
or
yes.
scribbles or
Beautiful
something that
oops.
was not supposed
That's
to be
awesome.
what it was, and a drawing that went awry, and to look at it and not see it what you were trying to do, or not see it as an accident, to see it and to try to envision what
Exactly.
it could be, and that's kind
Yeah.
of what you're describing there.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
And your
great.
mistakes are really what you want sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They go, oh, I can't, I made a mistake. And it's like, there are no mistakes.
Right.
Just,
Exactly.
it's meant to be, you know.
So you said briefly you got away from art for a while. Now, what happened there?
Well, I became a horseshoer. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is an art in itself.
Oh,
I mean, if
most
you ask
definitely an art.
So you didn't. You just transitioned into
A very
into shoeing.
difficult art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you make the shoes, or you were
I've
just sort
made
of
plenty of shoes, yes, but normally you would buy them.
Yeah.
Or you might buy them, with unfinished heels or something. You would go to your forge and make heels and things
Yeah.
like that. I went to Walla Walla Horseshoeing College for a year in '85. So, and I have a couple horses I do trim.
Yeah.
I don't shoe anymore, but I still have my equipment. So, yeah, it was something I'd always wanted to do because I was a horse person.
Yeah.
And I used to show my horses, and way back when. And then I was fascinated by shoeing. I thought, well, yeah, I'd like to learn how to do that. It's not easy to get in school. There's a lot of people trying to get in. And so,
Yeah.
So I took that path, and I had multitude of other just regular jobs, but that was the one I was very passionate about.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
Yeah.
able to. So I gotta say here, story time. My algorithm, my Facebook, my social media algorithm has gotten inundated with videos of hoof care for animals, and it's a fascinating field. And to see, especially cattle and stuff to come in, a lame cow or a lame horse,
I've done cows.
Yeah, maybe they've stepped on something, or maybe they've been mistreated, but they come in, and these hoof care people, they care so much about these animals. and just the before and after, and the you can see it in these animals' faces, and when the animal knows they're being taken care of, they calm down.
Yes.
And they just sort of like, okay, you're making this is helping me, this is making me feel better, and they just know. And it's fascinating to see these people helping these animals. I probably watch 5-6 hoof trimming videos every day.
Wow.
And I'm just fascinated
Good for
by
you.
it. Yeah, it's incredible.
So before you came on, I was the late great Harry Riverbottom.
Yes.
Birthday today.
Oh,
and
happy
Willie
birthday,
Nelson.
Harry. Oh, happy birthday, Willie.
So we did a lot of. I met Dave Goverdare and I used to go on many horseback trips, and I met Harry in the middle of, I think it was Mount Adams Wilderness area, and they were in a certain, because we've known each other for a long time, and your brother was a great farrier as well and forager, I don't know if, but the love of horses. Anyhow, we met each other like at distance camps, and to me, I really appreciate the fact that you had the energy for love of horses, because they're pretty magical.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah, I was born that way. I remember doing horses when I was a kid, drawing them and trying to get on people's sheep and stuff and ride them around. And then, sneaking on other people's horses because I didn't have one.
Right? Bareback is fun.
There's something about when a horse looks you in the eye,
Yeah.
and it just sees straight into your soul.
Right.
It really, truly does.
Yeah.
And there's this weird moment of connection when you make that eye contact.
And I've learned in my life that when horses eat grass, their eyes are in quadrants. So like when they're eating, they can still see a peripheral.
Oh, yeah.
Besides our peripheral vision, it's up also.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's dimensional, like 4 ways they can see.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, that is cool. I didn't know that. I guarantee you that's some sort of survival evolutionary trait.
I'm sure other animals probably have that same, But
So this time you were doing this, were you out of other art forms completely, or were you still kind of making stuff on the side and dabbling, or?
I was pretty much dropped it for a while. Yeah, I was pretty busy doing the farrier world, and I'd still draw at home. I never stopped drawing, but as far as like focusing in on it, yeah. So pretty much went for the farrier world, and yeah.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to sign up for your class on May 8th, do they need to bring any supplies?
No, they don't.
Let's just mention that.
Good
Let's
question,
mention that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then what would a class be per class? I know I've seen your, series of classes, and you have a early bird or whatever. But what's the class fee?
It's $40.
Okay.
And I provide all supplies.
Okay, that's good to know.
And you can walk in. I try to bring extra every time in case one shows up, which last time it happened that way. So.
And it's
just
11 to
bring
1-ish,
yourself.
so it's a 2.5 hour-ish class.
Yes.
And what's really important is that's great. I mean, I'm glad I mentioned that, because you don't have to bring anything.
Go to an art supply store and try to get the stuff to get started for $40.
It's
not going to happen.
so
Right,
worth it,
right.
and I
Yeah.
had such a great time. And like I said, you're a
thank
great
you.
teacher, a great
Thank you.
soul, and just reach out and do something creative and meet some great people and hang out. And like you said, even if you were just teaching one person, of course you teach multiple, but it's just the sharing of the creativity.
True.
I know,
Yes,
and
and-
it's so
yeah.
great that Alicia it just happened, that synchronicity. Like
Yes.
you just became an instructor, and
Right.
you're really good at it. So
Nice.
there you go. 3 years
So-
now, right? 3
Right.
years.
Right.
So
yeah.
did you go straight from farrier to then teaching classes, or was there a period where you really got back into art before you started teaching?
Well, I was teaching writing also. I teach horsemanship.
Okay.
Especially, I worked with a lot of kids. I worked from babies to 90-some-year-old people with horsemanship and safety around horses. I did that for, quite a few years also. And at the same time being a farrier later, with 6 years ago, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then I pretty much just was trying to figure out how I was going to move into the art field again.
Right.
And so that's when this happened. You know, it was just, God provided. You
Yeah.
know, so no, I pretty much just went from one to the other.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just overnight.
That's great. Do you have horses now?
I do. My brother and I and 2 friends started a rescue, Second Chance Animal Rescue and Sanctuary.
Mhm.
We started in 2016, and I still operate that with one of my 2 people have passed away. So I only have 10 horses now. They're all rescue, older horses, most of them. I
What's
teach
the
a little
rescue
bit.
called, Marilyn?
Second Chance Animal Rescue
Second
and
Chance.
Sanctuary.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, and so
So guess what I have?
What?
I have bags of apples.
Wonderful.
So when we're
They
done
like
with this,
apples.
I know
Yeah.
we're gonna go because I'm right there,
Okay.
and we'll give you some apples for the
Okay.
horses.
Oh, nice.
They love apples
Mhm.
and
So,
carrots.
and I believe, Marilyn, that's where I first met you. Is you were actually selling paintings to raise funds for for your animal
Yeah,
rescue.
all my funds go to the animals at my place, and
That's so
and
great.
if I can network or give, if I have extra, I do that online too. I'll support different rescues, but almost all my funds go to my rescue.
Yeah.
And if anyone knows anybody that has feed or I've met several people through their horses or animals passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and they have grain left over. They have
Extra
supplies,
alfalfa
extra
or,
hay. Sometimes in the spring, farmers get a hold of me because they have hay that's left over and they want it out
Yes.
of the barn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I take donations that way.
Well, if somebody
And-
wants to make a donation to your animal
Mhm.
rescue, how do they get in touch with you?
They could just get a hold of me through my email or through my personal phone.
What's your email?
My email is Wilson Marilyn 78@gmail, and just regular spelling Wilson and then Marilyn Marilyn 78. Yeah, so they could get a hold of me that way. Text me. My phone number is 509-936-2839.
Mm-hmm.
And your phone number is on the flyers that are around town to
Yes.
advertise your class.
And do you guys have a website or a Facebook page?
We
or
do.
anything? Okay.
Yeah, we have a Facebook. I'm not on there a lot anymore, but yes, we are on Facebook. And you have to put in a anthersam instead of an and. So it's
Gotcha.
Second Chance Animal Rescue and then the anthersam.
What's an anthersam?
Ampersand. It's the little and.
It's a little
the
fancy
and
thing.
symbol.
Gina.
and sanctuary, or else if you put an and, there'll be like 100 of them that use and. So
So you
Gotcha.
use a little
Yeah.
A with a circle.
A with a circle. No, it's more like a.
That's the at.
It's like
the,
So tell me again what
the,
that
the
is.
It's more
ampersand.
like a.
Oh.
Start at the bottom and it's like an S. It looks like an S. Yeah.
If you look at
Looks
the
like it's-
keyboard,
See,
it
learned
is
something
above
today.
the
See, I
7.
learned something today.
Above the 7 on the keyboard.
Yeah.
At least this keyboard. I don't know. All keyboards are a little bit different. So Marilyn, you mentioned with your horse instruction, kids. Now, do you work with kids at all in art? Have you worked with any kids?
I have, and they were, they had a great time, and they produced we did a hummingbird approaching a flower.
Nice.
I did because if you take time to draw in, you're going to be another hour. So sometimes I'll do a template.
Mm-hmm.
So we used a template, and then they painted it. And it really came out nice.
That's
And so
awesome.
I do children are welcome.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anybody can walk in. Just get a hold of me if you want to come. Otherwise, show up. Doesn't matter.
It would be fun for you to come to the farmers market when I start, like
I will.
in June.
Mm-hmm.
We could do something collaboratively together because it's an educational program, the Colonel program, but I incorporate art always, and that would be fun.
It would be very fun.
Let's do it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
That would be-
that would be awesome. I
Yeah.
would love that.
Now, you pretty often in the Colonel program, you get different artists and different volunteers helping every week.
I want to recruit, and especially someone I've known for all these years, and it would be super fun. And
Oh, yeah.
I just love it. Gives me the energy towards my community. I love the farmers market, and then art and education for kids, and they get a $2 coupon to buy something delicious and nutritious.
Yes, they do, and I want to point out.
Just saying.
I don't know how it happened, but I know the Kernel program is going to be happening
It's
again this
gonna
year.
happen, yes.
There was some concern that it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, a little faux pas, but it's
the
happening.
funding came through,
and I
and that's
donated. I
fantastic.
just donate a ton of supplies, and I'm happy to do so. They have they have programs already with the education, whether it's transpiration or root development or whatever, and then on the back it's a recipe. And so a lot of farmers markets are fast, but Chewelah, we have this gorgeous place with the creek, and I have so much fun. I just started layering in art with the curriculum, so it's like thematic energy, and they hang out.
Absolutely. That's so cool.
It is fun.
So do you find when you're teaching kids versus adults, do you have, I mean, I'm not going to ask you if you have a preference, but I personally, I find that kids, they soak it up. They just love it. And there are times when adults are like, oh, I know how to do this, or I can figure this out, and it seems like not always, not as a general rule, but a lot of times kids are so receptive to new ideas, and they're so just eager to learn stuff. And I just love that about teaching kids stuff.
Yes,
It's fun.
yes. Yeah, they're open slate, so you
Yeah.
can,
And
and they're very enthusiastic.
Yes, that's what I appreciate.
And even talking earlier about finding the creativity in non-creative things. Like I used to have a construction business, a handyman business, and at one point I had several employees, and I found the best employees were like kids straight out of college, or kids summer kids on their summer break. And there were times when I would hire them over someone with years of experience, because I can teach them how to do things the way that I wanted them done.
Yes.
And a lot of the old time,
And they're ambitious.
Oh yeah, and
Right.
There's something about ambition that's really good.
Right.
When you're hiring somebody to do
and I gotta say, a couple of the best employees I've ever had were young people straight out of their, they signed up for a what do you call it, a term in the military, or I'm not using the right term for that, but a tour. I don't know, but yeah, especially coming straight out of the military, they're really super eager to just sort of learn, and they're receptive to new ideas, and it was just really great working with people and teaching them. That was one of my favorite parts. Is
That's awesome.
Teaching them stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of what we did was a little outside the box stuff. We kind of had this reputation of, if no one else can figure it out, or if we want to reuse something
what was your company
old,
called?
Handy Husbands.
Handy
Husbands.
Oh, Handy Husbands.
Handy Husbands. And we did a lot of when people didn't want to replace something, when they wanted to reuse it, like, oh, we've got this old beautiful stove over our hood over our stove, we don't want to get rid of it, but it's not working, can you guys figure out how to make it work?
And you're like, yeah,
gut it and replace all the pieces and make something new out of it. And that's sort of what we sort of realize, okay, this is creative, we're creating stuff.
And where was this happening?
It was in Alaska. In Anchorage, yeah. But just this again, to sort of go back to the young people, teaching people,
yes, absolutely,
they're sponges, man. They just love
and
it.
they're like we talked, they're ambitious and eager, and
yeah, because when you get older, you start getting less creative. I mean, you're less open to being, I find that. But I hope that my classes help people open up, and
super important.
We've used balloons and chains and yarn and a lot of things to make really beautiful pictures, and it's pretty shocking to some people that you could do that.
Oh yeah,
and you could do
So if you're listening out there, which we hope you are, go down also to see her 22 paintings at the Crossroads.
Yeah.
Which are currently hanging till the 4th.
Thank you.
Right?
All right.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Marilyn, we're about out of time for today.
Okay.
So tell us again how to get in touch with you to get signed up for your art classes.
Well, they can call me at 509-936-2839 or text me. I'll respond to anybody that gets a hold of me.
And the next class is May
And
8th.
May 8th.
11 o'clock.
And they're every other Friday, so after that it'd be the 22nd, 11 to 1-ish.
At the Aaron Huff Memorial Center.
The Aaron Huff Memorial.
And the flyers on the window.
Yep.
And there I saw one, different places, but
Mhm.
my first go-to is the post office.
Uh-huh.
So, but it's right
Right.
there at the center where you're teaching.
Yes, on Main Street.
Mhm.
The room is just knock on the door, and we'll let you in. You can see the lights will be on, and I get there about an hour early and set up.
Nice.
And
No supplies. You don't
no
have to bring
supplies,
anything. No
nope,
experience
yeah, you can
necessary.
take home whatever I can give you, and you can request that my students at least do something at home in the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Mhm, right.
Yeah. So,
Spark that creative flair.
and my email is wilsonmaryland78@gmail.
Perfect. Thank you, Marilyn.
You're welcome. Thanks
Well, yeah.
for having me.
Great to
Jeez,
have
it's been
you.
great.
Yeah, it was great talking
Yeah.
with you. And I have gotten to enjoy getting to know you through the classes and working with you. It's
Same.
So I
Yeah.
really appreciate what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
looking forward. One of these days, I'm going to try to. I always
Okay,
there's
I'll
a
hold you to
thing.
that.
There's a thing I'm trying to teach myself. It's not about not having the time. I need to make the time. I
That's
need to
right. That's what I was saying.
prioritize the time.
Take the
Yes.
time
To
to feed
take it
your
ourselves.
soul.
Yes.
Yep,
It's
yep.
so important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So thank you, Marilyn, for coming on. That about does it for our show today. I want to thank
you're welcome.
you guys all for coming in. Thank you, Shane, out there.
Yes.
And thank you, everyone out there, for listening, everyone watching online.
And come on down to the reggae show.
Absolutely.
Baby.
And don't forget to stay tuned.
And it's at 6:30. Doors open.
6:30. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, actually, let me see. I should.
I'm just trying
What's
to.
the date on
I
that?
should know
This
this.
Saturday,
this
May
Saturday.
2nd. There's that, we got that big community art show, a sale too, on
Mm-hmm.
Saturday. But it's happening right here in this theater, right here at the KCHW Theater. Intimate experience. I think it's 6:30 open
Yep.
doors.
6:30.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
The doors open at
All right.
6:30, or doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7.
Okay, and you get your tickets online.
Yeah, get your tickets online. You can go to our KCHW Radio Facebook page and find tickets there. Scan the QR code on any of the posters around town. Or if you want, you can call us right here at the station at 509-935-6627 or email station
And we
manager
can,
at
check you'll
KCH.
hold tickets like you're
Yeah,
going to do. for
I'll
me.
hold the tickets.
Okay.
We've got a will call list going. So
$20.
Yep, $20 for
Okay.
a ticket. And it's really, like I said, it's a very fun experience being here. You're not just watching the show. You're going to be part of it. You're going to be, we having that audience noise, that interaction for our broadcast is really
That's
great.
awesome. Yeah.
And it's just a different experience. It's a small theater,
More intimate.
very intimate.
Yeah, that's
it's more of
great.
a. We're kind of calling it more of a listening room. Yeah, and it's just this really fun, great experience with the musicians. You feel like you're,
But if
you
I
feel like
have
you're
to
getting
dance,
know
I
the
can get up and
musicians.
go over in the corner.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I know. I knew you would say it.
And we might try
Go
to
in
get
the
a
corner,
little.
Gina. Just get over there.
If we have time tomorrow, we're going to try to get a little more room cleared out over there.
Just
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, and I
was fun.
really appreciate it. And you can stay tuned right here tonight on KCHW from 6 to 8 p.m. We have an encore performance of Pretty Static with Leah B.
Yes.
She's going to be in the Curious Savage play next week.
She is.
So they're doing their last rehearsal. So she's been off for the last few weeks.
She's going to be in the Curious
working on the play. Yeah,
Savage. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. So she'll be back hopefully the next week or the week after
Okay.
next. But in the meantime, we've been fortunate enough to have been recording her shows. So
Oh,
we've got
good.
another encore show
Oh,
for
good.
you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love her eclectic style.
It is a
It's-
great
yeah,
it is a great
it's
show.
good.
And then after her show is Kelton a Twist from 8 to 9 p.m. 9 to 11 is Acoustic Cafe. And you can tune in tomorrow morning for the KCHW morning show with myself, Paula, Dylan, and I think Craig is all going to be joining us. And we're actually going to have joining us on Zoom, the band playing on Saturday, Northwest Breeze will be here with us. You can learn more
On
about them.
Zoom.
Yep. They're going to be here with us on the morning show tomorrow.
Okay, and
So-
those are the guys playing for the
Yeah.
reggae. And
Yeah.
then we have the, what's the trio's name again?
The Planetary Trio.
Oh, my goodness. Planetary Trio. It's
Planetary
going to open
Trio.
up for them. Awesome.
Very, very excited. It's going to be a great one.
It's going to be great.
So I want to thank you guys all again. You've been listening to the KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7. And in just a minute, after this, after our outro song and after our sponsors play, we're actually going to be playing a song from from Northwest Breeze,
Okay,
Breeze,
great.
who's going to be playing here on Saturday.
Excellent.
So
That's
stay tuned
excellent.
for that. You get a little sneak peek of the
Yeah.
music.
Excellent.
So stick around. Thank you so much. This has been your KCHW Morning Show. You're listening to KCHW 102.7. Your Northern Lights Public Radio. I already said that once or twice, I think.
Oh, say it again.
I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
It's 9:01.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
It's 9:03.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chewelah, Loon Lake, Clayton.
It's such a cruel disaster. Used to be the boss, now I call her master. I should have never cast her, loaded the pipe, hit it and passed her. Now I know that I need you. My bag is getting low and looking see-through. But when you're not on my breath, I seem to cease to exist. Just wanna taste you on my lips. Mary Jane belongs to someone, now someone is me. I gave her my love, she gave me her green. And in the time it takes to find something to give a spark, I'm suddenly reminded of how she stole my heart. Mary Jane belongs to someone, now someone is me. I gave her my love, she gave me her green. And in the time it takes to find something to spark it up, I'm suddenly reminded of how we fell in love. We fell in love, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When your hairs grow long and your crystals glisten in the summer sun, it makes me want that high to another state of mind. I run, and the scent that you leave seems to stay on my clothes. Yeah, when just wanna taste you on my lips. Mary Jane belongs to someone, that someone is me. I gave her my love, she gave me her green. And in the time it takes to find something to give a spark, I'm suddenly reminded of how she stole my heart. Mary Jane belongs to someone, now someone is me. I gave her my love, she gave me her green. And in the time it takes to find something to spark it up, I'm suddenly reminded of how we fell